Welcome to this custom deep dive put together just for you. Today, our mission is to explore the rich cultural traditions and, well, the really intense planning logistics behind North American church weddings.
Yeah, we are pulling our insights directly from the niche cultural and business planning guides on the Weddizer platform.
Right, exactly, from Weddizer. Okay, let's unpack this because when you really look at it, a wedding ceremony is essentially anchored by its start and its finish. There is a massive emotional weight to those two specific bookends, I mean.
It is a profound symbolic transition. You have this physical movement representing a shift from individual lives into a shared future. It's far more than just standard choreography of people walking in and out of a building.
I was looking through the Weddizer articles, specifically their business section, focusing on cultural logistics. And what stood out to me wasn't just the traditional order of the processional, the efficient, then the groom bride's parents' wedding party.
The flower girl deciding to sprint in the wrong direction.
Oh yeah, we have all seen that happen. But it's the actual mechanics and the historical friction points. Like the mother of the bride being the absolute final person seated before the main procession begins. That is not just polite seating.
No, it's the historical visual signal to the entire room that the ceremony is officially starting. What's fascinating here is how that processional operates as a visual representation of two families uniting. The wedding party walking down the aisle, they aren't merely filling space.
Or just providing a photo op.
Right, they physically map out the support system surrounding the couple.
And getting that support system down the aisle elegantly is where the logistical friction lies. You have the music setting the atmosphere, but the real nightmare for planners is timing the walking pace to that music.
And that unpredictability is exactly why the Weddizer planning guides heavily emphasize professional coordination. That entire processional builds a palpable, solemn tension in the room, which peaks right at the vows.
Yeah, and the challenge is figuring out how to manage that tension and then seamlessly transition into the psychological release that follows, right? Which brings us to the recessional.
The joyful exit.
Exactly. Once the vows are done and the couple is pronounced married, you have this massive emotional release. The energy in the room completely flips from quiet anticipation to pure celebration. And the order reverses. Newlyweds out first, then the wedding party kids, parents, and finally the guests.
And that choreographic shift is actually one of the hardest parts of the day to coordinate smoothly, because the logistics change completely in an instant. Managing the acoustic timing of a full, upbeat gospel choir kicking off the exact second the kiss ends.
That is vastly different from pacing a solo organist playing a traditional prelude.
Completely different.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though. The wedding industry is seeing a massive shift in how these bookends are customized. Weddizer's section on niche cultural trends shows couples totally redefining the walks themselves.
We're seeing both parents walking the bride.
Yes, or the groom having his own highly formalized processional with his parents to give equal visual weight to his family's entrance.
We are also seeing interfaith couples beautifully blending different cultural traditions within that same structural framework.
Yeah.
But pulling off those modern twists requires rigorous logistical prep.
You need precise rehearsals, specialized coordinators, and airtight communication with the venue's musicians to ensure those heavily photographed moments actually feel elegant rather than chaotic.
So true.
So what does this all mean for you if you're actually navigating these planning guides?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it means that despite all the evolving industry trends, these processional and recessional frameworks remain the structural and emotional pillars of church weddings. They provide a necessary foundation.
But it raises an important question about adaptability, right? The rules aren't as rigid as they once were, allowing couples to honor the gravity of the moment while making it entirely their own.
Exactly. Understanding those historical roots absolutely helps in planning a ceremony that hits the right notes of elegance and personal meaning.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you to ponder today. As modern couples continue to blend cultures and rewrite these traditions, how might future generations completely reinvent this walk down the aisle to reflect entirely new concepts of partnership beyond just leaving one family to start another?
It's a fascinating evolution.
Definitely something to explore on your own.